Meeting agenda of the governing body of the Borough of Bloomingdale, Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 at 7 p.m. Let's call this meeting to order by the salute to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Tomato,
Here.
Councilman Brockert,
Present.
Councilman Catalano,
Here.
Councilman Graziano,
Here.
Councilwoman Hagan, present, Councilwoman Schubert, here, Councilman Yasi,
Here. We also have Municipal Clerk Brianna Smith, Business Administrator Michael Sondermeyer, and Borough Attorney Dawn Sullivan. This meeting is called to pursuant of the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law. Adequate notice of this meeting was advertised in the Herald News on January 9, 2026. Copies were provided to the local news media and posted continuously in the municipal building. A copy of this notice is available to the public and on file in the office of the municipal clerk. As per state fire code, I am required to acknowledge that there are two emergency exits in this council chambers. The main entrance which you entered through and a secondary exit to the left of where I am seated. If there is an emergency, walk orderly to the exit through the door, down the stairs, and out the building. If there's any questions, please raise your hand. So, we do have one non-agenda item tonight. We're approving the hiring of the part-time employee for the construction department that we talked about at our last meeting. Before we start our meeting, just want to say this is our first live meeting to the public. All right, with the help of Rich Delaripa setting this all up. This is so people can physically watch from their homes. It is not interactive, okay? But they can watch. If they have questions, they could either come to the next meeting or send us an email. But this is the first time our town is live to the public. Okay? Okay. All right. I need a motion to open up early public comment. So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Anyone wishing to come up, please come up and state your name and address. Okay. Seeing no one, a motion to close. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Report of committees.
Mayor, for the Triborough First Aid, I don't have any numbers to report, but they did want me to let everyone know that on Sunday, March 22nd, they have their annual pancake breakfast. It's from 8 a.m. to 2, and it's at St. Anthony's. They have over 60 vendors so far. Also, on April 18th, they're having their annual beef steak. And for the Bloomingdale Senior Center, starting February 9th, all senior activities will be moved to the nutrition center. All senior activities and nutrition will be temporarily moved to the Fireman's Hall because of the start of construction. This weekend they had a garage sale from 9 to 3. As always, they have many activities listed on their senior website and on bulletin that's located inside the senior center. I believe the next in March we will be sending out a flyer. We were supposed to send. We usually send it in January, but they're going to get one, I believe, in April. Mike said you said it was April for the seniors. The next time we can put the mailer.
We're in front, yes.
Sure.
Yep.
And as always, they have many events. Their Golden Age Club meeting is on Tuesday, February 10th. They have bingo on February 11th. And definitely look online to check out their events.
John.
A couple things tonight. One, Triborough Little League registration is open for spring season. To me, that's like saying pitchers and catchers are reporting to spring training. Spring is around the corner. They had a discount if you sign up before February 28th, but that will be open for after that date as well. So So make sure if you want to register your children for Triborough Little League, go ahead and you can do that now and get a discount if you do it. On the economic development front, we're meeting, their next meeting, which is the fourth Thursday this month, with Joan Carlo Di Leonardo. So he's the director of the economic development for Passaic County. So the idea is to get some information as to what they do for the county level, and then also what kind of grants and programs they have available for local business owners. So we're hoping that that's going to influence our objectives for 2026 a little bit, start to partner with the county a little bit more.
Good.
And then just the last thing, we had the Vegemite Challenge for Australia Week at Magpie. The mayor was there and many members of the police department there. Everybody successfully completed the challenge. Look forward to it every year, but it's very nice of Melanie, the owner of Magpie, to invite us and to really have a whole week celebration for Australia at Magpie Bakery.
I don't know why, it just seems to be tasting better every year we do it.
It was every year. It's the fastest we finished it.
Dominic?
So just a note on the planning board. They met, obviously we introduced last year the wall ordinance a second time. Re-reviewed it. I know there's a new calendar year, so we'll have to reintroduce it. They put together a nice resolution commenting on and reviewing the changes they think that need to exist in order to pass it. So it will need some revision before reintroduction, but it was fully supported 8-0, that particular resolution and the changes, including the support of the mayor.
Dave?
The Board of Education introduced the new superintendent, Dr. Michael Ryder, who will be starting in April for the Bloomingdale Public School District. They also put out a request for proposal for the construction manager for the construction project at Walter T. Bergen, and they're in the process of reviewing those. The Environmental Commission will be meeting tomorrow evening at 7:30 at the Senior Center. And that's all I've got.
Do you want to mention the PTA fundraiser?
Oh, the PTA is having their big fundraising event. It is going to be a casino night this year, and that will be taking place on the 24th of April. There's information on the PTA website regarding that.
And it's at the Knoll Country Club.
Okay.
Right, that's it.
Yep.
Jen?
Library, this month on the 19th is their adult painting class. So they're excited to have that. Like I said previously, they're really trying to gear, to really pull in more, the adults into the library for all kinds of things with adult painting, and they also have book clubs from cookbooks to true crime. So they're covering it all. As mentioned, they let me go back. They're also launched their winter storytime sessions for children, so that's underway, and they're enjoying those. Then they are working on their 100th celebration, the anniversary. They have not given me a list of the things that they're hoping to launch to celebrate the anniversary. And again, like I mentioned previously, they're going with the fine free and for late fines only. And then they are seeing a nice viewing of the Canopy, which is the new free streaming service, which you can use with your valid library card. Board of Health, they are coordinating with the school to set up a program. The first program they're looking to schedule and set up is regarding hygiene. They're just working on coordinating the dates, and they'll get those to us. And of course, second Tuesday of the month is from 2:30 to 4, located at the council chambers, is health screenings. And public events, the crescent lighting is going to be on the 12th. There's a 6:30 to 8 p.m. Right now, it's always usually in the front of Borough Hall, but Mike is going to speak with Nadia in regards to that because of the cold weather and all the snow to see how that's going to work out. And the website's been updated for the dates for the public events. because camping under the stars is now going to be to be advised as we work on coordinating that possibly for May.
Yeah, as Councilwoman Schubert mentioned, the senior center is closing this Friday. We'll relocate to the fire hall starting next Monday. DPW will move their stuff out of this place next week, and then construction tentatively start the week of the 16th. Again, tentatively. And then just have an open discussion. I sent an email out to all the council about, we have 2 grants that we applied for. One is the LRIG, is a local recreation improvement grant. The last 2 we got, we used one for equipment at the Walty Bergen School, at the lower parking lot there, like exercise equipment there. And then we also got one this year, at the end of last year, for part of the Leisure Playground to help fund that with the open space grant from the county. And then the other one we're talking about is an open space for this year from the county. I need to get a letter of intent to them by Friday that we are going to apply for something. It doesn't have to be detailed out to the penny, but just that we're going to go for something and that's what it is we're going to do. So open discussion to everybody what it is we want to do with those 2 grants this year. A couple of things that came in. I had a couple of people ask questions about a dock at Bogue Pond. I went back and looked at our open space grant that we got from the county for Bogue Pond, and part of the reallocation was a dock. So good news for us, we have money there, we can do that. So we'll do that with the money we already have in place. So I'll look into that in the next couple of months, hopefully get it in by spring. We closed out the rest of it, but I kept that X amount of money there, and we'll close that little portion out, and then that'll be done at Bogue Pond, but we'll do have money for a dock. Oakwood Lake came up, the playground. I don't know if the playground's, it's relatively new, but it does have a mulch surface, so we can look at doing a hard surface on Oakwood Lake. I had a couple people mention the Oakwood Lake playground, with either or, open space or the LRIG. The other thing that is in a little disarray and needs repair or replacement is the true exercise equipment down by the tennis court at Walty Bergen. One piece totally we took out because it was broken. The vendor doesn't exist anymore, so we can't get replacement pieces. We can't even get placards made to just talk about how to even use the machines. So I was wondering if that's one of the ideas with PSEO had also, and I'd have to reach out to the Board of Education to make sure we can replace that on their property. And then there were some other things out there. Somebody talked about possibly doing a clock downtown. I don't think that falls with either one of these open spaces for buying open space or recreation projects or historical buildings, like if we were going to replace or repair I think the only historical is the Leisure Field Stadium. I can ask and we can look into see if we could do something with the museum building. That came up as one of the responses back. I'm not sure if the rest of the council was on board with that as well. I'm not sure what we want to do there, if it's just interior remodels or if it's exterior stuff or addition add-on.
It's coming up with the museum that Tom Riley, who's obviously running it, he's running out of space. And he purchased banners,
Veteran banners.
veteran banners, and he doesn't have enough space within the current museum to put it up. So the thought process was, and I talked to my cousin, president of the fire department, is that we have our antique truck that's at the firehouse. It would be nice if they could put that truck in the museum so people can physically see it, but it would still be access to the fire department. So the thought process was, if we were able to get a grant to redo the garage section of that building and move fire and police out there, that would really open up a lot of space, excuse me, inside for Tom. And meanwhile, we're displaying an original piece of equipment that the fire department used to use. And there's a little section of the fire, there's old booze, there's all that stuff down, radio system, we used to have the old tape machine we had that you would punch like 3-2 out, and you would run in and see where the fire was, it would tell you where it was. But that's just an idea. I looked into a while back replacing the front garage door with a section of glass, so when you walk by, you can see the truck without it even being open. That was about $20-some thousand just for the door. But the inside needs a real refurbish. The floor needs to be done, paint and cleaned up and whatever. So, it's just a thought. I mean, we started a museum project. It's getting a lot of people on Saturdays when it's open. Tom has held some, talks down there when people come in. He's had the scouts down there. He's had, people that have class reunions have asked to go in there, so the whole class would come and, from the high school would go down there. So it's getting a lot of attention. So I think we should just, if we're able to, build upon it. And it's on our field, so it kind of touches the field.
Yeah, that one was on my list too, to renovation of some sort. There's plenty you could do with that
Yeah.
building.
So just a thought. So.
The other one, Mark Day, basketball court, we could do that with the LRIG, we couldn't do that with the county open space. I don't know if we can use the county open space, the boroughs, to do the Board of Education property. The tennis courts we were able to do because it was Green Acres land originally when we first put the tennis court on there 25 years ago. So that's how we were able to get the money put on there 2 years ago to redo the tennis court. Question that came up about cleaning up the trails up on Friendship Park, again, that's a county park, so I wouldn't cover that as well. I could reach out to the county and have them get their people up there to do some trail markers and clean up the trails if they're in disarray. So, do you want to go for, we could do the hard surface at Oakwood Lake, and we can combine that with the upgrades in the museum down at the Leisure Field down there as the open space grant. I can put that in for this year's letter of intent, see what kind of money they give us up front, give us some quick numbers. And then, if you want, we can look at possibly doing the exercise equipment up at Walter Bergen with the LRIG, if everybody's on board with that.
I think that kind of makes sense for the school side of it, because if that equipment is outdated and not posted properly for use and if it's breaking, we can wind up having more trouble down the road. And the other exercise equipment that's on the other end gets used quite a bit. I mean, when we play softball up there, you'll see people down there using it, and the other side, by the tennis court, that is used, but people are hesitant because, like, we have to take equipment in. All right, and I know Matt from Recreation has asked about that, because he's big into working out.
Yeah.
So people are using it, so I think that's something that's very, you guys good with that?
That works.
Great,
I know it's perfect.
okay, you wanna go? Okay. We're gonna talk about just want to bring everybody up to date. Dawn's gonna help me with here where I fumble a little bit. You all received a letter from Dawn's office regarding fair share at fourth round. Okay, and there's a timeline that everything has to be done by March 15th. Okay, so next meeting, there would be, we're gonna introduce 2 ordinances, I think, or as much as that we can get done.
I'll do 6 or so.
Right, and it's not really a huge, we can't make any changes, all right, because these are the orders coming down from fair share in the courts, what's been established and what we can do and we can't do. So Dawn's office will write up the ordinance, get it to us, and there'll be resolutions. I think some of them we already have done, right, correct?
Some of it's been drafted, it's in the review process. We've been working with the planner to ensure everything is as it should be in accordance with the statutes and the, what's called the directive from the Administrative Office of the Court, to comply with the program. And then once everything's introduced, the ordinances are introduced at the next meeting, it has to go to the planning board for what's called consistency review. And that just means consistency with the master plan. Once that comes back, then it would be before you guys for adoption.
Planning board's very aware of our timeline. All right, so if they have to have special meetings or whatever they need to do to get their end done, I'll say our end, that will be done. So we will be introducing at our next meeting and then adopting on March 3rd. March 3rd.
That's the goal.
Okay.
Otherwise, we would have to have a special meeting because the next meeting following March 3rd is March 17th.
Correct.
So we're really trying to avoid having to have a special meeting to get this accomplished.
And if you read the outline that was sent to you, if you have any questions, please reach out to myself or Mike, and we'll answer the best we can. But this is pretty much cut and dry, the way it's gonna come down. If we do not meet the date, we open ourselves up for builder's remedy.
Yeah, if you don't meet the date, then there's a potential loss of immunity from a builder's remedy lawsuit. And if a builder comes in with such a lawsuit, then basically what happens is the borough loses ability to zone or control the zoning in whatever particular area that developer has property. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal to retain our immunity.
And just so everybody knows, the court system for the whole state, every municipality is going through this. So it seems like we're taking it, we're trying to get it done right away. But just picture the whole state has to comply with this. And all the planners, the judges, the fair share, they have meetings every single day, hammering out, what do you call it?
The parameters.
Resolution, the parameters,
Yeah, I mean, it's-
the numbers. So we've been on several Zoom court calls with fair share and the judge and obviously Dawn's office. So we got it all hammered out, and the judge came down with her decision, and that's what we're following. Okay? Any questions at all?
As soon as the ordinances are ready, let's just have a special meeting and let's get it done.
We have to introduce them, the planning board has to get them, they don't need.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, let's introduce them as soon as they're ready.
The plan is to introduce them on the 17th.
Yeah.
At the meeting on the 17th.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So, and that's what we, because the planner already sent her version of the ordinance in. Dawn's reviewing that, they're making her changes, so we'll be ready for our next meeting to introduce.
Yes.
Planning board's going right after that, and they can bring back to this. All right? Okay, the other thing I just want to talk about is our reviews, police, fire department, but especially our DPW. This last snowstorm that we had, those guys were out there from 48 hours on and off.
Very close.
All right, and the amount of snow that they had to deal with, and what's really great about it is we have a lot of new employees who've never plowed like that, and they did an excellent job throughout the town. And they're still cleaning up today. They cleaned our main street, which is great, but those guys, they put the time in, and they did a great job for our town. And I traveled through the county of Iowa. We were in so much better shape than other towns around us. So it's a big kudos to our DPW for putting their time in. I mean, when they go in, they sleep, Frank, they have places where they can go rest, they can lay down, so it's very well organized and well ran. So it was a great thing. And the police were out there were several accidents and stuff, and doing their thing, and actually the first aid squad had a few calls. So everybody in our first responders and DPWs did a heck of a job. So thank you to all of them. All right, anybody else before we move on? Okay. Item number 8, resolution number 2026 2.1 consent agenda. Do I have a motion to pass the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any questions? Roll call.
Bronkers,
Yes.
Catalano,
Yes.
Graziano,
Yes.
Hagan,
Yes.
Schubert. Yes. Yazdi,
Yes.
Okay, we do have one non-agenda. This is resolution number 2026 2.5. It's a resolution authorizing the hiring of a part-time receptionist for the construction department. Cynthia Vargas Gonzalez, yep, all right, as a part-time receptionist for the construction department at $20 per hour. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Catalano,
Yes.
Graziano,
Yes.
Hagan,
Yes.
Schubert. Yes. Yazdi,
Yes.
Bronkers,
Yes.
Okay. All right, there a motion on, we have no new business, motion on, public comment?
Actually, Mayor, I do have a couple of comments. I just want to say again, thank you to DPW. I live on Hillside Drive, and they were there every, like all morning, doing that. I did have the question, I know we had that water main break on Glen Wild.
Yes.
And the police department was awesome about letting us know that was happening, because my husband went out and I caught him before he, but they rerouted everything. How are we with those issues, like those water main issues? Like, did that just happen? Was that on a plan? Did we know?
That wasn't a plan, water main breaks aren't a plan.
I know, but
Right,
sometimes.
now, that happened when you get in the kind of freezing weather we're having, all right? And luckily, it only affected 3 residents,
Yes.
which was good, so they had time. It didn't affect like main streets. But water main breaks, they pop up. We actually have another one on Walter Drive, Mike.
It was another one we did on Monday. It was on corner of Clark and Red Creek Trail.
Yeah.
It was not as big as the one.
Yeah, that one we found last Friday, I believe it was, and they were able to not do it till Monday.
It was just too
So-
cold.
Oh, just
It was
cold.
freezing cold.
Just too cold, yeah. So,
And also, I just wanna, reach out to any, my dog passed away, so I don't have a dog, but we are running the costume party for the pets. If any pet owners out there have any, wanna help in any way, they could reach out to me, and that event is gonna be on October, it's a ways from now, but it's on October 24th. And it's a new event, and also just to the new event, because the town has never done that, which is the hopefully family sleepover at the leisure. So these are new events that are new to the town, and it'd be nice to get some input or help or donations, or if anybody could reach out to Jen or myself or the mayor, that'd be wonderful. And I love the fact that you're working on the deck around the dock for the slope park, because when we had the fishing tournament, it just looks unsafe over there. It'd be nice to have something like something safe for them, like our.
just gotta remember, it's only gonna hold so many people, and we gotta make sure it's for kids, not for all the adults. That will be
But like,
paperwork,
just
if it's even in
it's
there.
concerning, because we have like, the beautiful path, and then the kids could go in there, and it's just, it'd be nice to clear that up for everyone. It's really nice.
That's it. Okay.
I made the motion, you just need a second.
Yeah, Ray made the motion, you need a second.
I'll second.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak? See another one, motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we do not have an executive session tonight. Our next meeting will be February 17th at 7 p.m. Thank you all for coming out. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
It's good.